Oh. Why is the game capture not working again? Why isn't anything working? Well, there's the game. And there I am. There we go. Perfect start. All right, take two. Welcome back to Holocure, the only game where you can collect just about everybody in Hololive that they have added thus far. Nailed it. Let's jump right into things. I want to... Let's see. Who do we want to play today? I don't think I've ever actually played Fails. Let's start off in an absolutely untenable position and find out what's going on. So we got dice. I'm assuming she's got a lot of random stuff. We'll find out if she's crit based. Man, I gotta say, yesterday I absolutely slammed my toe with a pallet that I was moving at my day job, and just... it looks bad, people. Like, seriously. Yeah, crit. Luckily, the toenail was able to be bent back into shape after I took a shower, so no permanent damage done. Let's roll the same percentage in certain counts. But I had broken a toe once before. It didn't quite feel the same. That's not a pain that you forget, even however many years later. But I was limping a little bit around for the rest of the day. Which was, you know, only like 40 more minutes. It happened at the end of the work shift, but it was... it was after all the breaks were done, so I couldn't go and tend to it, which was lucky because I don't think I would have been able to put my sock back on if I had taken it off to inspect it before the end of shift. Down under. Attacks have a 10% chance to cause the target to be upside down for 2 seconds. Okay, so a little bit of a stun. Yeah, it wouldn't be so bad if my job didn't involve me to be on my feet literally every second of the time that I am there. But, oh well. I used to wear, religiously, I would wear steel toe boots just every day. And then I stopped because I got these other shoes from a little store that my dad showed me. And it was like a little, not like mom and pop shop, but not a big chain. It wasn't Foot Locker or nothing. But we were able to get these shoes, and the guy was there, so he sized my feet, and they felt really good. And at the time, I was going to be I was planning on going to a much wetter climate, and so I got real leather, which is waterproof, and they felt so nice. I actually want to get them resold so that I don't have to buy another one. And it can continue to be usable. But actually, they're a little bit scuffed on the top because I've been using it for work. They're so comfy. But now I need to go and... Luckily, since I've been cleaning the house on my little mini vacation that I had last week, the kickstart to my starting streaming activities, actually having time to do everything and fix everything. So now we're going to be coasting off of that effort for a while. I am a part-time worker, but with the new manager that we have, I've been getting more hours because they want to increase the number of hours that people get there, which is fine, and I enjoy the money. However, I don't live to work, I work to live, so I actually don't want the extra hours, if that makes sense. Because I can survive perfectly fine on the minimum number of hours as a single adult male. It's not a huge issue for me to just, like, exist on cheap stuff and what I can make. I mean, sure, like, since the start of his increase of hours, I've been able to afford some nice things, and I actually have a camera on the way that I want to try because it comes with a an AI program that was going to work with Wavelink. Which one? Fieldwood probably has the most crit synergy. So I want to see if the AI does a better job at balancing my voice than I've been able to do with zero training. Because this quality thus far is merely from copious amounts of YouTube tutorials, as I am not inherently a sound person. The only reason I've been able to concentrate and get as far as I have is because of clicking go live and then wanting to improve. Ah! We're going wide with our strategy right now. I legitimately do not remember picking up the first lava bucket. Yeah, I went with the budget version of the microphone. There were 3 different versions that you could get. I went with the cheap one because I'm just gonna try it out, and if I like it a lot and want to invest further, then I can spend approximately 2.5 times more on the better quality mic. Which, you know, if it continues to help me, then it continues to help me. Oh, that's what it does. We don't need another study thing. I believe that Nurse's Horns only goes up to 3, so we'll get that out of the rotation. We'll also see if we can polish off Nightly Milk. I spent, yesterday was my last, okay, so yesterday I had work, but the day before that, time is a circle, I spent a bunch of time setting up the scene for later this week, and then once that stream's done, I will continue down creating different scenes for continuing on stuff, because I want to showcase more of the other stuff that I have. Gaming is fun, believe you me. If I could get away with doing just gaming, I probably would. But I need something to stand out and possibly attract some people who are not necessarily going to find indie male VTuber streamer streaming games number 18,005,001. And so what I want to do is show off some of the 3D printing nonsense, which is a field that I got into following my addiction to tabletop board games and tabletop, like, not Warhammer specifically. I was into one of the competing products, but that type of tabletop gaming. By this weapon, you have 1% chance to drop a stamp. Sure, I like stamps. So, when I was in high school, I did a little bit of Warhammer. I never actually finished, like, reading the book or playing a game, but darn it, I had some figures, and I had a friend who was also into it, and we'd get, like, you know, 1 or 2 turns into the game before it was time to go home for the day. And just, like, pack everything up, and we were doing the, like, super gloppy paint jobs, and just the worst looking things. I don't have any of those models anymore. I traded them for Magic cards from a guy at a local card store who would play both Magic and Warhammer. So I traded away like a Land Raider, a Rhino, Squad of Marines, Dreadnought. Essentially, one entire Christmas with the only things that I asked for Warhammer. Got a number of stuff. Never got to play an actual game with them. Traded them away for cards. Which, to be fair, I have continued to play Magic the entire time. So it wasn't necessarily a bad trade. I just don't have any of those original models. I do have one of the starter sets from, I think, 9th edition. Whichever one came with Ultramarines and Necrons. And then I have a handful of salvaged Tyranids, just some gaunts and stuff. So that was kind of the way that I played Warhammer. I say played because I didn't actually play, but that was my experience with it. So the game that I actually ended up playing was War Machine, and that one I went deep in on. It was like a tournament grinder. I met the designers. I actually went drinking with Jason Souls one time. He is a lot of fun. Very artsy, very kind of dark. We actually have a very similar sense of humor. I wonder what happened to the guys that played at the same shop that I did. I don't think I'm in contact with any of them anymore. That might be a thing to look into. But I've still got all the bottles. I could potentially play. Oh, earlier this week I had a coworker over, and he wanted to look at the D&D stuff, and I was like, yeah, cool, come over and look at my D&D stuff, because I've been showing him off my setup, the table that I have with all the books, and like, my table is wired underneath with USB ports so that everybody can have their little charging port. It's got like cup holders attached to the side of it. It's got each spot that has a chair also has a light that can be charged through the USB stuff. It is like a whole thing. Spent a bunch of money and time and effort onto it. Played half of one campaign onto it before the campaign was moved to a different, less cool location. But while he was over, my coworker was over, I also showed him the 3D printed stuff that I've been working on. You know, you get into 3D printing for numerous things, such as just wanting D&D figures. But being able to, having experience already painting them, I've got some really nifty prints. And some of them are even painted. And then, so I showed him off those, and then we went out into the garage to see the actual 3D printer. And I'm trying to describe the way that the liquid resin printing works, because it's not the same. And most people, when they think 3D printing, are thinking, oh, it's a little extruder type, like it, you know, draws the stuff. No, this is the resin stuff, so it's a lot higher accuracy off the bat, and you can get some really fine detail out of it for little tiny miniatures. But everybody wants big things, big sturdy things that have like practical applications. It's like, it's gonna be more brittle than what you're looking for, and it's gonna cost more because, well, yeah, it's only like 20 cents to print a standard size dude. Like, when you start getting to the sizes of things that people 3D print, it's... seriously, it starts to add up really quickly, and for the strength that you get out of it, it's not what you're looking for. And I never have bothered to get into the other kind of 3D printing because I had mine, and I had the use case for it of printing models. They're really cool models. There's a bunch of ones that I've got off of, not Kickstarter, not, Patreon? Patreon's the monthly subscription one. And so I used to be subscribed to like $100 a month of miniatures coming in. It was intense. Now I've gone down to $15 a month for miniatures because I took a couple years off of 3D printing. My, one of my printers, so I started with one printer, went for a while, did really good with it, eventually decided to upgrade, got a bigger 3D printer, was using them both kind of at the same time. The first one got some resin leaking under the clear bottom side of the vat, and so it got into the components and it basically totaled the machine. I've actually had somebody check it out recently, and they like, yeah, this is not really keepable, and so it's totaled. And then I upgraded to another one, and that one was cool. It had 3 times the build area, a higher resolution. It was able to do so much more. There are prints for that build size that are really difficult and time consuming to do on a smaller printer. Like Dragon Wings. Dragon Wings, you have to cut it up into 3 different sections if you want to do it for the smaller one. But for the larger one, you just slam that puppy in there. And so I was able to do a lot of good work. Had the same issue where I'm assuming that when I was cleaning the vat out for pouring new resin in, sure, a little bit of the cured resin from the previous batch had just a little nugget, the smallest little bit is enough. Got smushed between the build plate lowering and the bottom of the screen, punched a hole in it, more leaked into there. This one wasn't so bad. I actually thought that I could fix it on my own, and technically I did, because I got a new screen, replaced the screen, got it essentially back together. Apparently, I had installed one wire back in upside down. So the entire thing didn't work. No idea what was wrong with it. I tried all the things that I could think of, not the right thing, and got it, you know, basically foobarred. And eventually, I was talking to one of my parents' friends who was also kind of getting into 3D printing, wanted me to show him the ropes. He makes connections with people, unlike myself, and he knew somebody who worked 3D printing as an actual job. His job basically was taking care of or using 3D printers, I'm not entirely sure. And I was like, yeah, dude, if you could, like, give him mine because it hasn't been working, and have him just diagnose it, see if he can fix it real quick. Yeah, could do. I passed it along to the first guy, and he was able to fix it. Like, it didn't even need to go to the professional. And then, after that, when it was returning, I got a message, and it's like, hey, I got your stuff back. Just curious, this other guy, the professional guy, he recently upgraded to a different printer, a, like, production, an actual industrial grade one. Did you want the old one? And I was like, yes, if you're just throwing it away, then I would love to have another 3D printer. Turns out that one was a 6K and my previous one was a 4K. So not only did I get one of my printers repaired, I also got an upgrade for free. Gave me a wash and cure station because he got another cooler one. And I am just ready to go. Unfortunately, I have not gotten the bug in me to start using it yet in the last couple weeks that I've had it. And so that's why I wanted to create the new series where I design a thing and then print it and then paint it and then have it. I think that that is a unique value proposition that I personally, in the gaming sphere of VTubing, have not seen. Granted, I'm an absolute novice at actually crafting stuff. My extent is quite literally one class at the local community college recently. It was half, like maybe 1/4 design, and then the rest of it was animation. So it hasn't really been going incredibly in depth, but I know how to function in Maya. I'm probably going to be Googling a bunch of stuff during stream, but, you know, that's fine. It's perfectly acceptable. I will just put disclaimers that I don't really know what I'm doing. Ouch. And everybody will forgive me. And hopefully, my goal is to get 1 subscriber. Because that's where we're at right now. 0 subscribers. No people in chat. Talking to myself. It's a little bit freeing in a way, as there's very little effort. And I'm trying... The entire point of all this nonsense is to just gain the experience. So it's kind of cool to be able to just, like... There's no pressure. Because who's going to look back on not the first VOD, not the first couple in a series, but maybe somebody will go back and watch the debut stream. Very few people are going to go back and watch the rest of this nonsense. So they'll see a very nervous me, and they'll come into live and be like, oh yeah, this guy knows what he's doing now. This dude can do the stream of consciousness. Maybe not as well as others that I've seen, but he can do it. I want to say that I've completely failed on picking up any collabs so far, so I should probably pick up something else. Something to start the collabs. Granted, we're doing alright. Okay, so... Oh, man. Psychoaxe. We'll just go for the default. There we go. So I should only be getting Psychoaxes because everything else is maxed out right now. What was that sound? Ah. I don't think we need the healing or knockback. We definitely don't need the stamps. Oh, I did, I don't remember if I talked about this last time, but I did find one potential use case for the base stamp, and that is a character who has a directional movement, and your entire game plan is just having the cursor locked to in front of you, and just running away from things. Because it'll shoot behind you. And then you can just concentrate on running away from everything. And it's a lower effort run. That's the only use case I've been able to come up with even remotely usable for the base stamp. Excuse me. Excuse me. Knockback strong. Possibly too strong, actually. get the lab anvil first so that we open up a spot. Ooh, Psycho Axe, and that's the me comet, right? That actually wouldn't be bad. Okay, so let's grab the random. Fan beam. Fan beam and what? I don't think that collabs with anything that I have. EN Curse and CEO's Tears is a collab. Let's upgrade, enchant this. Let's swap this. Let's grab the useless stamp. See if we can power out an EN Curse before the boss. I doubt it, but could be a thing. So I think for future crafting thing, so I've got a hand cam, so I'll be able to do the painting. So what I think the plan is design for 2 hours on Wednesday, and then between then and whenever the second half of that stream comes out, do the print, like fix my settings, get everything all squared away, and then I will record the printing, and I can post that as its own VOD. Holy smackerel. So I'll record it, and then I will post that on its own, and then I'll be able to prime the model, which I guess I could, but that's not interesting. Yeah, that's barely gonna be any time at all. And then I can bring it over into this room, set up the hand cam, and then paint it for a stream. And then I guess it's only 2 streams. It's not really a series. I guess I could do it multiple times. Just shoot out more stuff. Maybe look up instructions on how to sculpt different stuff, get better at sculpting. Just kind of a little learn to sculpt, I guess. Plushy! And whammy water. Let's grab some upgrades while we're here. I want... Nah. I want more eliminate. I never remember to use hold, that's one of the ones. Grab Hollow House materials, sure. Fandoms, sure. Fan letters. Ah, that one is a purchasable upgrade. Stats, we'll grab some search. Crit up is the cheap. Oh. Special crit. Sure. Not really upgrading stuff that terribly yet. And then just regeneration. All right. Okay, so we have done Kiara, we've done Sana, and we've done Bales. And we did Gura. Yes. So let's go ahead and start up here. We'll just hit everybody once. It'll be great. Pew, pew, pew. speaking of Amelia, one of the things that I want to do eventually down the pipeline, once I've done the 3D sculpting stuff enough, I'm going to start moving over to the humanoid model type situation, because I want to be my own mother, in the fact that I'm going to someday, hopefully, create my own 3D model. I think that'd be fun. It's like a long-term project. Have no structure, but try and stream a lot of it. Like 0 to model for a guy with absolutely no experience, no training, well, very little training. Learning to rig, learning to sculpt the whole 9 yards, learning actual, and also have to learn how to get together a 3D setup, or a mocap setup, which I don't have. But not only are there another crit character, okay. But I'll figure out mocap. Doesn't seem to be that complicated. I'm sure there's a bunch of troubleshooting that I'm unaware of. Bubba! Something else that I wanted was a small, I wanted a little microphone that'll point down at my, cat, where she sits, so that when the cat walks in, demanding attention and meowing, that can be audible on stream. But it's going to be some really, really intense sound gating profiles for that one, because that's going to be pointed basically at my feet, and just listening to that. And I don't know if you can hear it still, but my chair is not silent. Little WD-40 in my chair. Don't really need the damage, but I think that the final upgrade is just completely automatic gun, which is I need that. No, it's just full pierce. That's fine. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of projects on the way. Very few of them are being worked on right now, but also there's no roadmap for any of this nonsense. But eventually, I'll do something interesting. Some people do drawing art streams. I will do sculpting art streams. I don't need study glasses. I also can't wait for fans to be able to show watch-alongs to, because I'm gonna enjoy being a cultured individual through the younger generation. introducing people to new and interesting things. References from the olden days. Back when I was a child. Ooh. I need to pop up my coffee. It is probably 85 degrees in here and I'm sweating. I haven't had the courage to turn on the AC while everything's going on. I actually barely remembered that I have one of those relatively silent fans, so I've got that going on instead of the regular box fan blasting on my side. And next week, when I get my insulation fixed, it should help a lot. This entire side of the house is just uninsulated, essentially, because of how old the house is. I'm not usually the biggest fan of Uber Sheep, but right now, with the other healing item being the bandages having delayed healing, sounds like a value proposition. I'm trying to remember what the other things that it collabs with are, because I know that there's a super collab that involves that. But I have not unlocked it yet, so I can't look at it. Is it Fan Beam? No, that's the one with the idol outfit. Is it the food theme ones, like sake? Whammy water? I don't even know if I can complete it. I don't even know if bigger bullets really helps all that much. And with a full pierce, it probably catches some people a little bit better. A meal. Sure. Spider cooking? I think it might be spider cooking and something else. I don't want to try it until I get all my sound things fixed, but I've never listened to ASMR, but I want to give it a shot because I think that I could do it. I'm not the kind of person who has shame. And karaoke's is another one that I want to do. I want to, and this is a safe space, as there's nobody listening, and nobody will ever listen. I want to try and impress a girl by randomly dropping her the link to a karaoke. Be like, hey, you should check this out. Because she liked my singing when I was trying to court her. And I just haven't had the confidence to try getting back in touch with her. Defensive breastplate. I think we want to aim for more offensive items at this point. My health is a yo-yo, and I am a yo-yoer. Sheep. I've got one friend who actually does streaming occasionally, and me talking to him and asking questions has reminded him to start streaming again. I don't know if he actually quit, but we've actually been talking about sound settings and stream types and stuff, so at some point in the not too distant future, we'll do something together, because I know he has other people that he has to stream, and then I will do the networking thing and try and get everything all set up and learn how to collab. And then maybe someday I can potentially, cross fingers, collab with one of my indie Oshis. Because I'm not sure if I can get away with it with one of them. I'm pretty sure if I try really hard, one of the other ones would be okay with it. I just need to get better first. And so that's where we're at. We're not stressing about growth rates or anything. At this point, I'm just trying to become established, and part of that is just improving as a person. And as a huge proponent of lifelong education, I am doing that. I am quite literally just sitting here improving myself, learning sound and streaming and priorities. Doing the baby steps. I don't have explosive growth. I wasn't expecting any. In fact, a joke that I kept telling myself was that if I, you know, at the beginning, I set the counter for, well, let's get 3 subscriptions. Absolutely overreaching. Nah. If we get 1, it's going to be a celebration. The subscriber goal is kind of covered up. Hang on a sec. Sub goal. Yeah. Subscriber goal is currently 1. If we get 1 subscriber, it will be cause for celebration. And then we will set the goal at probably 3. See if we can get 3 subscribers. Which I haven't told anybody that I know what my actual name is on here. So nobody can find me. Soon trademark. Again, I just want to get more settled, want to fix any issues that I have with sound and scenes and stuff. I don't have a specific timeline of all this nonsense, but we'll get there. Then I will have a very chill, low-effort collab to ease myself into it, figure it out, learn how to talk, learn how to deal with a delay talking to people, I guess. Ooh, super limiter. Immediately get the 500% pickup range. Sure. Free achievement. What's that? What is green? Oh. Well, I'm not using this one at all. Okay, we're taking a bunch of damage, so I don't think that it's good, but I don't know if it's all... And it can't be part of the collab with the thing, so we're just gonna grab... none of these collab. Do these two collab? Really should have figured this one out. Normally we'll just look it up on the side, but until you actually get the collab, you can't see the collab in the future. Fleshy bandage, I think, is what I wanted to go for survivability. I used to not understand plushie and how good it could be, and then because you actually can't die until the timer ticks down, because you don't actually lose the life initially, it's just you have a moment of invulnerability. So this should be a pretty resilient build at the moment. That's really good. For the future, this channel is looking bright. Subscribe today. To the 0 people lurking. Let's see, does OBS tell me how many people are watching? By recording... No, that's all OBS things. No, I'm not seeing it. I think that it's a different dock that I just don't have active right now. Possibly? I won't. Sure. We'll just not have any relevant collabs. Fine. Ow, that does a lot of damage. Is crit chance. Apparently we're a crit character, so there we go. And this hit rate. Elite cooking. So we'll know in about 2 more levels if I manage to magically pick a collab. And this is a collab for sure. We don't have the dress to mix with it, but... I also know that these long silent things aren't doing me any good, but I am not naturally the kind of person that just passively talks all the time. So I'm learning in addition to building confidence. Because I can definitely banter. I was actually talking to my friend about this. I'm an excellent hype person, and I am great at like mirroring somebody else's energy, but having to summon up that stuff for myself and talk in a calm and consistent manner, that is a skill that I have not exercised as much. And so, like any muscle, I just need to do it. Oop. So, oh my god, did I accidentally a super collab? Just on a guess? Apparently. It's hammer time. We cannot possibly lose at this point. Oh yeah, we can start picking up items again. Which means if I can find the idol costume, then we can double super collab in the next 4 minutes. I haven't even gone into Hollow House yet. I'm just getting the items for it. Not even terribly concerned with killing them because I have such a wide AoE. I am just trying not to die. I got just the one upgrade. We're doing fantastic on every conceivable thing. Yeah, we can grab that. We use the reroll when the glow sticks is not a option given for a particular thing. And that's when we'll aim for the idol dress. We're not going to get there because I want to say you have to get to level 100 to get your second super collab hammer. So it's not even worth aiming for, but here we are. Bubba picks up XP, right? Yeah. That's why we're getting such good coverage. Because Bubba not only picks up XP on its own, but we have the limiter, which makes Bubba's pickup range huge. There it is. Hey-ya! Max out the fan beam so we can get that collab. There's that collab. select something that collabs with that? Or we just go with BL for now, because it's safe. Ooh, another stream idea that I had was just reading out loud a book in the public domain. I'd like to have a book club, but lacking members to do that, just narrating the book and getting better at talking might be the superior method. Feels so claustrophobic in my room because due to the needing to clean the side of the house, it's going to be getting the new insulation into it. A bunch of stuff had to be moved closer to me, which has made a very cluttered space right behind me. I've got a little table set up with a bunch of just garbage. I don't want it there. It brings me much anxiety to know that it is there. Oh my god, she's jumping around. Deal over 1,000 damage with a single attack. I must have got a really good crit. Corporation pin. 100% of pickup radius also increases attack area of all weapons. Nice. Okay, what was the one that I was looking at? And letters. Yes, can't afford that. What we can afford is... Crit, pickup range? Health is probably a good one to have. Just go in order of price. Leaving us just enough for a character gotcha. Let's get our next character. If we get a new character, we'll play it. All right. Looks like we're rolling Mio. Returns back. Summon. You see punches forward during the time. Take 30% less damage. Nice. We got the tarot. I'm curious because tarot is a random thing. Are her abilities also going to be random based? As in another crit character? Potentially. Sorry, I had to adjust myself. They really don't go that far. I would like a range increase, please. Does do enough damage that it gets the damage break on the Hatons getting one shot on there and back. I really wanted one of these two with study glasses so early. No, don't put me in here. I don't have a healing item. Safe. I'm not feeling fragile yet, but this does feel a little rough. What else can I talk about? 4 seconds heal 1% for each target within 100 pixels. Non-boss targets in range have a small chance to be instantly defeated. Alright. I guess it's not a healing item, but... Tell me what you got. Goes further and deal extra damage. There we go. Closer target is within 150, the more damage they receive. Oh wow, that range increase is really noticeable. Gotta get that upgraded first. Hitting a target, there's a 30% chance that the target may lose attack. Speed, or take 20% more damage. Oh, or. Okay. It's not awful. Okay, I think that we want... we'll pick up Spider Cooking because he has area or proximity based damage increase. Means that the damage, since this is always going to be close to me, it will always gain the benefit of that talent. I'm wondering then, can we get any mileage out of the no move damage if we find it? Yago, you son of a bitch, get back here. The beatings will continue until a job is offered. Tarot cards has a 10% chance to create an omen, dealing 200% damage to targets. An omen defeats a target the special meter fills slightly. Sure. What's an omen look like? Ah, that's what an omen looks like. There's only one omen. It is ominous. Let's do this. Ooh, that's a good way to lose the run already. Is this a JoJo reference? Hey-ya! Not sure what action prompted that sound effect, but here we are. The collab with CEO's tiers. That's a area thingy. I think we'll grab Psycho Axe and BL, because that should do damage in an area around me. It's not necessarily close, but it should work. I've been wondering for a while, how do I tell the people that I follow that I've started streaming? Obviously I don't want to do it while I'm still new and figuring things out, but how do I let them know? Yo, dog. You're inspiring me. Star Platinum's most powerful attack. Oh, there it is. Body pillow. Body pillow plushie does not seem like a very... They seem like they do similar things. Just bandage, however. That should be the one. Explosions? Yeah. There comes a part in every stream, and it's around the hour and a half mark, I've noticed. I get into the zone of whatever the heck it is I'm doing, and I start talking less. And without a chat to rebound off of, it's hard to come back from. Especially when I've already talked about a bunch of stuff. Like, what do I keep talking about? I guess that is the eternal struggle of the streamer. What do you talk about when there's nothing really to talk about? Talk about the game. We talk about Hololive. Been watching Hololive. I didn't watch Myth debut. I'm gonna be honest. I wish that I had, but I did not at the time. Wasn't into VTubers, but these silly anime girls kept appearing in my timeline as recommended things, and eventually I started watching them. I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. And then I started shadow watching Kiara, lurking there. Eventually started responding a little bit in the chat. Got a little bit bolder, a little bit braver. I'm not going to say I was one of the big pillars of the community, but I was relatively known. Like, during the first KFP meetup that I went to, somebody thought that they had recognized my name from super chats that I had sent. I was reliving the absolute horror of being known. But it's amazing the community that you can get and have essentially friends and colleagues that you've never met in real life. You don't know their name, but you just know that you like the same thing. Being a community is really, it's a lot of fun. No matter the level of participation. If it's a lot, if it's a little. Just being part of a greater whole. Little hog in the machine. Can be a lot of fun. Like, sure, you scream into the void and you want to be heard, but at the same time, just watching the end result as such a big thing made up of hundreds and hundreds of small people doing small things, even if it's just coming into chat, typing 3 emotes, and then, you know, not interacting much more than that. Just watching the chat zoom. It's a little bit funny. I got one person for the last Holocure stream. Haven't seen him yet. Haven't seen anybody in chat yet. But I think I did all of the relevant things. Like, I've got the hashtags in the description. I set up the stream to properly annotate which game that I'm playing for the algorithm. Ow. I sent out a starting tweet. I did all the things. I go on Twitter. I have 1 like, 0 views. So yeah, that's how it starts. It's just somebody who likes everything that you do. The literal lowest amount of commitment. I'm assuming that they're hoping for reciprocal like on their stuff. But they're just doing their own small part for the indie community of boosting ever so slightly a small creator, which is adorable, cute. I appreciate it. It's just the monumental task of being found. I wonder what I'm going to be known for. Because like I said, I don't have any shame. I'll talk about anything and anything that anybody wants to talk about. I'm not going to TOS myself, but one of the things I'm looking forward to is surprising somebody in collabs with what I'm willing to talk about. Especially if it's myself. I love talking about myself. It's a problem. I just need one person who's very curious. Man, how nervous must I have been for the first... well, it was the first stream. Wasn't exactly paying attention. To have dropped my skill level so much. I couldn't even do this with anybody but the most overpowered of characters. CEO's tears. Do we Halu? I don't think we're quite at the level where we can comfortably take it. Sure. Ian Curse. I don't think it collabs with anything, but yeah, this is fine. I'm a man without a plan. And we're still gonna do great. Knockback, I hardly even know her. I feel like the Peko Stamp is going to be incredibly useful since we've just increased the number of enemies on the screen. Healing? I do have a healing thing. It's not the most intense healing of things. Yeah. I think we'll be fine for now. Just rely on passive healing and delayed healing. I should probably at that point though max out just bandages the next time it comes up. What do you do? Decrease damage? Nope. Nope. Increase damage by 30%. Ian Curse and Spider Cooking should be a collab. And I think that one does heal, so that's actually a good pickup. Luckily, with the hollow increase of number of enemies, we'll have more targets to shoot the EN Curse off, which will get more value out of it. Polish that off so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Grab this, apparently. Sure! Still conjures... Still concentrating on this collab. Yeah. Which I think I've hit a super item on every single run that I've done today. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. Okay, saved it. I had a virtual 0 health. Thanks, face mask. Need to finish off this level. There we go. And then get this collab real quick, and that'll give me some passive healing, and that should be... that should be good enough. Alright. Yeah. Uh-oh. Our life is a yo-yo. I have some regrets, but we're making it work. Why am I dying? I mean, like, I know I am dying, but why am I currently dying? What is hitting me? Oh, man, I don't think we have enough passive healing to make it. We're not quite killing them fast enough. Because we no longer have the spider cooking directly around us. We don't have things dying very close to us. Which means things are getting inside of our guard. We really need to push, like, CEO's Tears, which starts on us and then moves out. Still. If we could get the Nurse's Horns item, that would be ideal. The sticker. Just a little bit more passive healing. No, I think that might be it. Yeah, there we go. The face mask was our undoing. I mean, Holly didn't help. Get well soon, pill. Alright, this time we won't go so hard into debuffing ourselves. So for instance... Study glasses, of course. What do we want to go for? I'm not even sure what items Mio wants. I think she just wants generally good stuff. Possibly stuff that's close. So I think that we weren't on the wrong track. I think we just made a couple really awful decisions on some item picks. But, you know. You take a risk. You gotta be prepared for the consequences. Next that bad boy out. Grab upgrades to the auto attack. I'm wondering if I need to learn some new karaoke songs. I've got my list. I haven't used it yet, but should I already be looking for more? Missing songs from all over, so like some musical stuff, some old rock parody songs. Definitely not going to be able to keep most of the stuff up, but yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not monetized yet, it'll be up for a while. Super breastplate! Yeah, that would have helped us last time, too. We definitely need another defensive item. This time, though, we've got, like, a tanky lass. Ooh, breastplate with, cheerful laugh. That's a combo. deal a bunch of damage when people touch me. Well, if they touch me, then they're close. I don't need this. It is actively a debuff to my auto attack, which is the only thing that I have going for me at this moment. Ooh. I was just adjusting my chair, almost ran over my toe with my chair. You know, the injured one, the one that I hit yesterday. It looked nasty when I first checked up on it. Like, I've never seen a toenail do that before. Luckily, for whatever reason, softening it up in the shower and then the blood from a hot shower swelling it a little bit. Ooh, I didn't want to take that. Okay. We're going for broke on experience. Upcode does technically synergize with the body pillow. So, this is an interesting one. If we keep taking the crowd control options, then we could become extremely tanky for virtually no reason. It's not bad for damage. So we got damage mitigation from one thing. We've got another percent chance to knock people back. I think we still take the damage though, but it does do a bunch of damage. I think sake is the way to go. Because when you take damage to your shield, that doesn't break the sake counter. Increase experience. Which, again, because I'm not actually taking damage, should increase our XP gain by a bunch. I'm starting to rely on that ability now, so I should be concentrating on picking up more shield if the game ever decides to give me any. We're getting all the ones that are like, oh, decrease damage of the main weapon. Get something else. There we go. I need to just not be taking damage to my shields, and then we'll be all set. Relying on a particular stamp showing up is a fool's errand, but hoping for one, probably fine. Max out the cheerful laugh. Grab this thing, take damage, lose buffs. Okay, relying on a different stamp is one thing, but actually getting stamps to begin with that aren't worthless would also be a good thing. Uber Sheep is an actual healing item. Not bad. Stacks with sake. Because it is food. When eating food, sake gives a bonus. That. Alright, now we're able to absorb an attack or two to the shield, which is nice. We'll just be invincible on the crit front. We've just built our own crit character. They can at least be fabulous. That's our body pillow, don't have to look at it anymore. I'm locked in, chat. Spider cooking is good. Okay. I just watched one of the foam panels fall off of my wall. That is, I believe, the third one to do so. So the command strips to hang up foam is not functioning as advertised. I really don't know how I'm supposed to hang those up. Because I watched a video and they're like, oh yeah, just hang them on the command strips. They'll be fine. Has not been fine. Has in fact had several of them fall down. I had one on the ceiling directly above me just to catch those sound waves. And that was the first one to fall. I was like, okay, fine. And then the one behind the computer did. And it's like, okay, great. We're, you know, losing them pretty fast. And then as I watched, just above my computer, on my right, another one fell off the wall. Disaster. Now, I do actually have another style of command strips that has a hook in it, directly on it. In theory, it would make sense to just pierce the foam and hang it that way. And since the foam is the cheapest part, it wouldn't be the worst. I just thought I could do it the better way, and I won't be able to do the ceiling one in that case. Finish off that, we'll pick up spider cooking, we'll run back over here, get that marine stamp. some money. Damage deal. I guess that's a damage increase, if I'm reading that correctly. We'll just grab that. Get this. CEO's Tears also starts near me, so unless we're killing them too fast. It's a self-regulating item, because if we kill them too fast, then they will be further away, so I'll do less damage, right? Not quite doing enough damage to stand still yet. Plug type. I don't recall plug type having a collab with any of the things I've already got. Mainly just remember it for the fire breath. Maybe I could do another series for just painting, like assembling and painting stuff, because I do have a bunch of models just sitting around, unassembled, unpainted, so I could wash the models before stream, and then assemble them all for a couple hours. That could be fun. And then prime them off screen, and then come in and gloop some paint for a couple hours. That sounds like it could be a fun idea. I'm not the best painter in the world, but I am passably proficient. People have complimented my skills before. I don't know if that's layman's confidence, where the regular person is just like, oh, that's so good, or if it's people that actually have any talent would be like, oh no, you're actually good at that. We will have to see, because I'm not Golden Demon level, but tabletop quality is a thing I can do. We used to laugh at people who would just prime their models, but legitimately, I really liked the way that the black came out sometimes, especially if you ended up doing some good highlights. So I had at least one army in the colors of, we called it cop-out black, because you copped out of actually painting base colors. But the black primer that I used, that P3 black primer, was excellent, in my opinion. Much better than the Citadel stuff. Citadel stuff came out a little bit too glossy. The P3 stuff was a little bit more satin. Got 5 more minutes in this one. Just gonna leave us 20 minutes left. Or not 20 minutes left, 10 minutes left. I don't know if we got another run in us. It just ended a little bit early on this one. There's been a lot of dead air, so it's not like I'm chomping at the bits to talk about more stuff. People aren't asking questions to continue on the topics, so they're just falling out of my mouth, flat onto the floor. Leap. Gotta dodge the stuff. There it is. Isn't the inner area of Broken Dreams a shield of some kind, or is it just a visual effect? Window get open? I can detect my nose getting a little bit sniffly, like what happens when you've got allergy. Shouldn't be. I think we're just gonna power it out. We got 3 minutes left, nothing else. If we start splitting our attention now, we're not gonna be able to finish much. We can just power up the high level of this one, possibly pick up a collab if I've forgotten that one exists. Oh no, I was going for the fire one. So, Dragon's Fire. Yeah, we have a plan and we're sticking to it, actually. The plan is get to level 70. Oh no, oh no. That's so many things. I need this healing. Dude, it's so bad. Okay, stabilized. Was it not? Fire and thing? Did I just miss the lab? Don't get stuck on the table. That is how people die. Okay, I need to deal with this thing like right now. There it is. That thing has a lot of health, or I just don't do any damage. I'd be willing to believe either one at this point. Here come the Hatons, and I am not prepared. Can't see nothing. Okay. Ow, what hit me? It might have been the beams coming out of her face. We'll take coins. Ow, ow, coin. Her hitbox is deceptively large. Ooh, wow. Okay. Very nice. Good pull off. Alright. Managed to get a bunch of wins today and a loss. As you do. So I'm going to call it there. I can't be going much past 8 o'clock tonight anyway, so we will say Auf Wiedersehen for the night, and tomorrow is Magic. And thinking about it, I should have swapped Magic for today, because today was the banned and restricted announcement where they banned a whole bunch of stuff out of standard. So yeah, it should be a little bit more creative of a format, but oh well. We'll figure that out. I wasn't exactly playing standard anyway. So that'll be it for today. I will see. I keep wanting to say I'll see everybody again tomorrow, but there's nobody here. So bye.